Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. So on this video, and it's not gonna be the shortest, not gonna be the longest, but we're gonna talk about this, is the most realistic approach that we as black men should have towards dating and modern women. The most realistic, intelligent, genuine approach that we black men should have towards dealing with these modern women and dating. First thing, no biases. If you have a bias, anytime you have a bias towards anything, the thing that doesn't fit your bias, you're gonna be disingenuous, unauthentic. So this means you can't, in some ways you can't give clear definition or clear defining of who exactly you date. What am I saying? I'm saying that you can't be a passport brother, but you can go over there and do what they do. Because if you become a passport brother, then you're gonna be biased towards going overseas. When the reality is you don't have to. People just think they do because of their bad experiences here. But you go there enough times, you're going to have bad experiences there. So, intelligently, authentically, you'll deal with that. But you, over here too, you'll be doing what you do over there. You'll be doing the same thing. When you are realistic, you don't pinpoint race when it comes to women, because you know they all do similar things, being XX. So you know when you being realistic that white women ain't perfect, black women ain't perfect, Latino women ain't perfect, Filipino women ain't perfect, Asian women ain't perfect. You look at them all through the same two-eye/lens when you're being realistic. And you say, I'm going to leave my options open. And I'm going to look at them all the same. And the ones I don't like, I'm not going to deal with no matter what race they are. But when you unrealistic, you have a bias. Man, I only date snow bunnies. That's a bias. You're being unrealistic. Because it's black women out there, it's Asian women out there, it's Latino women out there, it's Filipino women out there that's better than snow bunnies. When you say I'm only gonna date black women, which I've said in the past, I learned the hard way. There are snow bunny white women that's better, Asian women that's better, Latino women that's better, Filipino women that's better. When you say, I'm going to just date Latinas, there's black women that's better, there's white women that's better, there's Asian women that's better. See, the realistic approach is to leave your options open. You see something you like. Remember the song where he said, here we go with this. Y'all notice it's starting to get cold. He said, I don't got no type. Bad bleeps is the only thing that I like. So what he's saying, that's the realistic approach. He's saying that it don't matter what race they is. He's saying that it don't matter what shape they is. I'm gonna tell you something. I like BBW. I like thick women, but I like thin women too. My biases don't even come down to that. This dude throwing up or something. whatever he doing, I hope he finish it before the green light comes. My biases are personal things that other people might not agree with. That I'm no longer biased on race because I've been burned in many ways at work, at home, by black women. But I'm not against black women either because I'm realistic. I'm not gonna hold what a couple other black women have done. Now, I will say this, me being a realist, it's like, you know, you give, the opening is there, but, you know, it's going to be in the back of your mind, the previous experiences. You ain't going to be able to get rid of. So, they will have the opportunity to prove me wrong. I don't take away the opportunity. That's another thing. Like, when you being realistic in dating, you don't take away the opportunities. You don't say, I ain't dealing with such and such. You say, I'm not dealing. When you say you ain't gonna deal with somebody, it be people who don't fit your interests and what you looking for. It's not supposed to be based on race or any of those things. Don't let guys put you in their box. That's pimp game. They got you. You think for yourself. That's why you got a brain. If you like chubby women, you like chubby women. Don't let no dude that don't like chubby women. I don't know what he do. Don't let nobody who don't like chubby women change what you like. I remember I had just watched a video where the dude was talking about fat women this, fat women that. And all day long, I was seeing fat women and thick women and that type that looked good with sex appeal. And I was thinking, like, that's his preference, not mine. And then months later, I start seeing thin women. Like, man, she is so pretty. Pretty face, pretty feet, pretty this, pretty that. I said, you know what? I like thin women. Then I start seeing women this, like, in-betweener, what I call tweeners. They not thin, but they not thick. They just got a little weight on them. But they not either. They like down the middle. I say, you know what? I've seen some attractive women in this body type too. Now, I do have my preferred body types. I do. This how you know what your preferred body type is. Whatever, and I ain't trying to be nasty, but if you a jagger, whatever you jag into the most, that's your number one preference. If you a dude that jags, takes matter into his own hands, no pun intended, that's your preference. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, man. Don't let them tell you. And even if you get rich, man, you supposed to decide what your preference is. You don't have to change it. You don't. When you say, I don't want to be seen with fat women in public, what you saying is every skinny woman look better than them? You being unrealistic. You being unrealistic. Now, this the way you supposed to teach it to others. When you teaching others, you say, this is my preference. This is what I like, but to each his own. You supposed to say stuff like that. Then people be like, okay, because like a person like me, dude, look, I'm going to look when a chick got a big old booty. I'm going to look. And now this BBL stuff, got you looking even more because you be wondering, is it real or fake? You be looking like. Yeah. Yeah. Now, we all got our preferences though. Like if I got a chubby, I'm gonna be looking at them feet and them ankles. Them ankles is slim, look like they don't belong on their body. Oh yeah. That's what I like. If them feet ain't as wide as my legs, yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, we all got our preferences. And then when you get with a chick, you see it's different for men. Men, your type don't matter as much because we not as emotional with it. You have categories. Most men, just being realistic, they look at women based on categories. Okay, she got this. Okay, there you go. Okay, she got this too. Okay, there's another category. Women, when a guy ain't a woman's type, he got to get away from around her. Don't deal with her because she's gonna use you. Men use women too when they not their type. They do it all the time. But it's kind of different. The dynamic of it is kind of different. Because a guy, if he marries a woman that's not his type, he just marries a woman that's not his type. If a woman marries a man that's not her type, she's gonna start holding sex from him, doing this, doing that, arguing about this. It's different because the emotional dynamic is different. So you judge, when you're being realistic about it, unbiased. You don't hold no other man's bias. You don't just stick to your bias. If you do deal with bias, then it should be your own. And you shouldn't be pushing it on nobody without, okay, this is what I like right here. Like if you put a picture of a woman up on the screen, because I done seen dudes on YouTube arguing about that. What is there to argue about? That's not everybody's type. Like a lot of dudes didn't agree with me, so Boss Mac put up a picture, right? Or he put up a short about these two women that was saying they would you go 50-50? That was the question. And all them guys was picking the redhead. I'm like, yeah, she seemed more genuine, but looks wise, to me, that other girl looked better than her. She was just prettier. That's me though. Everybody in there didn't agree, and it don't matter. This ain't politics. It's not our lives and it's not at stake. Our livelihood is not at stake when we dealing with these modern women. But in this video, I'm showing you the realistic approach that we should have as black men. Because you'll let these guys on YouTube cause something that could benefit you, could be beneficial towards you, to pass you up. You know that fat girl respect the hell out of you and like you a lot. And you trying to fight the feeling. You trying not to like her. Because you on YouTube watching dudes that don't like fat women. She kind of chubby. You just got to be careful you start having kids. Get her blood pressure checked. Get your blood pressure checked. It's stuff to do. But skinny women have problems too. Get their blood pressure checked. Because you skinny don't mean you healthy. Skinny people die every day. Every day. Tell me I'm wrong. And there are some things that you'll die quicker being skinny. It's people alive that survived them gunshot wounds because they was fat. I'm just saying, man. They survived that sickness because they were fat. He had weight to lose. So, when you're being realistic, you know that XX is XX. You don't, oh, snow bunnies, they like goddesses. Oh, they'll slow cook you, like Coach Greg said. Or they'll damsel, look, they'll bang you today, but if you hit Powerball tomorrow, he raped me. But guess what? The other ones will too. They are, look, man, if you think that it's a significant difference among them, slight differences, yeah, I'll give you that. But if you think it's a significant difference among XX, among modern women, you haven't been paying attention. I know those that are divorced. Asian women, white women. In fact, there's more divorces that I've seen from white women than anything. So before you put them on a pedestal, and I like how Coach Greg pinpointed what he liked. That's what we got to do. When he was like, and I know y'all be like, he always said, Coach Greg, I'm gonna tell you why. I watch a lot of content, man. And to just be honest on some manly stuff, he up here. When it comes to the breakdowns and being able to understand what he's saying and the reality of what we seeing out here, there's a couple of them that's standouts. Because he pinpointed, he was like, he was telling what he likes during SEX. Everybody don't agree. Like I mentioned, I said, I know some content creators on YouTube to say they don't like that. And the response, I ain't gonna even say. He didn't agree. We ain't gonna, look, man, I'm just giving you the reality. Like me right now, I'm open. Anything. White, black, Latina, Asian, Indian. I don't want to deal with too much racism though. See, here's the thing with me. I don't want to deal with too much racism. I don't want to deal with them thug cousins, sister and brother trying to steal. I don't want to deal with a million people trying to move in under my roof. It's certain things that I don't want to deal with. So those things I'm not going to deal with. But in terms of race, I'm going to be open. In terms of shapes and sizes, I'm going to be open. If the skinny chick is the one that's going to be all into me and sexual towards me, then guess what? If the chubby one is going to be sexual and all into me, the nastiness is going to vary. And of course, that's common sense. I mean, the nastiness is going to vary. It's going to be things that we as men think about more with this type and that type and that type. The Most High gave us the ability to choose and to choose based on variety. Now, back then, let me tell you something. Back then, in the origins of life, he was pinpointing because he was trying to separate. What he was trying to do is he was trying to separate his people and get them other people to join up with his people. And so But again, other people to join up with his people, then they would have became his people too. So that's why he was doing that in the beginning. Hey, hold on, let me see. That's why he was doing that in the beginning. Now it doesn't matter because anybody could be a God-fearing, godly person. Heaven is going to be diverse. So if you trying to say that the Most High is saying that you shouldn't be with this person, that person, no. You shouldn't be with nobody that's going to turn you away from him. No race of woman that's going to turn you away from him. I'm sure Solomon has some of everything. He let them turn them away from him. So, y'all understand what I'm saying? This is the realist. You don't got to listen to me. You keep doing what you do. But I would advise all of you, when you consume my content, other people's content, just take into consideration what I'm saying. Don't let nothing good pass you up. You just trying to have a little recreation with these chicks, and you trying to say, well, I only deal with black chicks. Okay, what if all the black chicks in your city is the one acting funny toward you and rejecting you? You ain't gonna deal with none? Because it can't happen. I was talking to my son about this earlier. Like, you don't put yourself in a box. I said, look, I know I told you that in the past, but you don't put yourself in a box. You gotta leave them options open. And I told him, I said, what if you get to Arizona and all the white girls like you and be treating you better? You ain't gonna deal with them? That's why you deal with them all. If they don't like you, they don't like you. Like some white people, some white chicks gonna be dealing with racism and indifference. So what? So what? When they get old, they try to come over here. This is what some of them do. They try to come over here. Recreational use only, whether it's now or later. Some of them old white women can get it too. Believe me when I tell you, hey, I live in Wisconsin, man. Old black women, white women. I be seeing the Asian look like we're around the same age. They be like, oh, that's only deal with young. Again, if that's what you choosing, me personally, sometimes these young women be awkward and weird acting, and some of them don't act intelligent. So I still deal with them because some of them do, and some of them look good. But I'm not going to just deal with them. Not me. Maybe you, not me. Because if you do that, you can't sit up here and tell me that you ain't never seen no older women, 40s, 50s, even some, a few in their 60s, that's blowing these young chicks out of the water. These young chicks don't even know how to wash their cat. Some of them. You say old ones don't either, and you're right. But young ones, don't be so quick to give them the championship. There have to be a tournament for the title. Remember how in the 80s they used to have tag team? That was one of the greatest things I ever seen in my life in wrestling. Back in the day when they had that tag team tournament. Man, that was good. The All-Em team, the Rougeau brother, the British Bulldog, the Bushwhacker, all of them.